Hi Fit School friends. We're going to do the strength and balance workout. So drink either your coffee or your water. Do whatever you need to do before the workout. You can take off your glasses, you can put your hair back, whatever you need to do for you. And then also make sure you're in a safe place where you can grab onto something if you're going to fall. So you want to stay safe during this. I'll get this out of the way. So make sure you have room and a soft area, either a yoga mat or something soft like a carpet. And then you also want a chair to do our dips. Make sure it doesn't slide and to stretch on. So the first stretch we do is the hamstring stretch. So that's right underneath there. And you're going to put 1 foot up, 1 foot on the floor, pigeon toe, toe in, heel out. And you're going to keep your head up like there's a string on top of it. And you'll feel that pull in your hamstring. And you may need to hold on to the wall. You may need to hold on to something. So make sure you always have something available to grab onto to keep your balance. And eventually you'll be able to do the workout and the stretches without the aid of holding on to things for balance. So you can move that ankle around to feel those different muscles and stretch that hamstring. And if stretching is a little too much before you start your workout, you can always just walk around the room and warm up your body. Move your legs and arms around, whatever you need to do for you. Okay, other side, 1 leg up, foot on the floor, pigeon toe, toe in, heel out. And what that does is that gives more of a pull on your hamstring. And it also helps you practice your balance because it's kind of hard to stand like that. So you may need to hold on to something while you do this stretch. Remember to take care of what you need to take care of for your body. Moving that ankle around, feeling all those little muscles stretching, getting them ready for a good workout. And then we'll do a calf stretch. So calf stretch back here. So we'll lunge into a wall. Gently lunging into the wall, and then you can bend that back knee a little. You can feel a little more. Make sure both feet are flat on the floor. You can move those shoulders around, take some deep breaths. And notice where you feel that in your body. Stretching that calf muscle. Okay, then other side. So put the other leg back. Gently lunging into the wall. Again, you can bend that back knee a little forward. Feeling where you feel this. You might feel a little lower in your Achilles or in your calf muscle. Just noticing. Again, moving around those shoulders, taking some deep breaths. Okay, good. The next exercise is the quad exercise, or the quad stretch. So you can do that by putting your leg up on a chair. If you can, I'm going to do it this way. You can bring 1 leg up, hold it in your hand, knee into your other knee, and hips forward. You don't want to be like this. You want to keep those hips forward and as aligned as possible. And you can move that ankle around that's up in your hand, not the one on the floor. And again, to start out, you might need to hold on to something while you do these stretches. And then eventually you can move to where you're holding on with your pinky, and eventually with your arm out, and then eventually with your arm by your side. That takes practice. Okay, other side, 1 leg up, knee into your other knee, hips forward, aligned as possible. Moving that ankle around that's up in your hand. And just noticing what you're feeling. Okay. Next stretch, IT band stretch. So that's the right along here. And your arms length away from the wall. This is a tricky one. Outer leg over. Both knees slightly bent. Hips forward, hip into the wall. You might need to practice this one a few times before you feel it. And with this one, you might feel it in your hip, you might feel it in your IT band, you might feel it in your back or your behind. Just notice where you feel that. Or you might not feel it anywhere. Just noticing that. Usually we'll feel our IT band after like a hike on uneven ground or a race on uneven ground, or if you're walking on cobblestones, who knows? Uneven ground, usually, or different shoes, you might feel it too. Okay, other side, I'm going to pretend there's a wall here, but you go to a real wall, and we're going to go outer leg over, both knees slightly bent, hips forward, hip into the wall. And feel where you feel on this side. Your weight should be on the foot that is furthest away from the wall. And notice where you feel it here. Again, hip, IT band, behind, back, just noticing. And when we're doing any of these exercises, if there's any pain at all, don't do any of the exercises. Do something else, either a physical therapist has told you to do, or an exercise you know that doesn't hurt anything, or one of these stretches if you need to. Okay, so we're going to start with push-ups. We're going to do a series of 10 exercises, 1 minute each, and then we're going to go through them again, and then we'll stretch, and then we'll be good to go. So to do your push-ups, you can do those against the wall. You can also do them on the floor. So I'll get us started, and I'll show you some different ways to do push-ups. So ready, set, go. 1 minute push-ups. So like I said, you can do them against the wall. You can do them with your knees on the floor. You can do them with your knees up. Standard push-up. And our modified push-ups on your knees. And whenever you get tired, you can do a stretch, a child pose stretch, really stretching those arms out. And then go into a upward facing dog. And then start your push-ups again. Every push-up you do during this is getting you stronger. So keep that chin up. We tend to start reaching when we get tired with our chin. And then stretch when you need to stretch again. So child pose, upward facing dog, and then go again. Keep those push-ups going. Okay, the next one, crunches. We're going to do legs in the air. You know, we say legs in the air like we don't care. So with these, you can put your hands on your ears, across your chest, in the air. You can put it on the back of your neck. Just don't crank on your neck. So you're going straight up toward the ceiling. Straight up toward the ceiling, and getting those abs stronger and stronger with each one. You can even put your hands on your abs if you want, and just feel that strength as they're getting stronger with each crunch. Keeping that going. Straight up toward the ceiling. Breathing as you do it. You also don't ever want to hold your breath. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do are called Jane Fondas. So you're on your side, leg straight out, and then you're bringing that leg up and back down slowly. Yeah, we don't want to flop or plop down. So you're going up and then back down. And with the Jane Fondas, and we'll do clamshells later on. And these are exercises, these are movements we don't do in daily life. We tend to only walk and run. We're going back and forth, front and back. We're not doing much lateral movement in our lives. At least majority of people are not. So these are the exercises we really need to gain that strength in our glutes and our hips, adductors, abductors, because they're not used very much in daily life. Okay, other side. So other side, like straight out and then up. And you want to make sure you're not rocking on your hip. You might notice you rock more on one side, or your body wants to rock more on your hip when you're doing these. I notice like my left side's weaker at holding the balance, so I feel more of a rocking. You only want to move that leg, that top leg. Try not to rock. Just noticing. And we're also going to be getting up and down off the floor a lot during this class. So make sure, I'll keep saying it, use both sides of your body equally. We tend to lean to one side to get up and down from the couch, so notice using both sides of your body to get up off the floor. And now we're going to do dips. So find your chair. You want your feet shoulder width apart, your head up, and if you can, come down 90 degrees with your arms and then back up. And you're just, if one seems like enough or a few, get up and shake your arms out and go again. If you need something higher, you might want to use a countertop. That's a good high stable area. Just make sure it's a stable area to do your dips. If you're a smart person, you can figure out a stable area. And keep that going. Getting stronger with every one. Remember to keep that head up. We tend to look down, like, what are my feet doing? You can look down for a second to make sure they're shoulder width apart. Then get that head up, like there's a string on top. Okay, next exercise, planks. So intentionally getting on the floor. I'll say that all the time. And you're doing your plank. So up. And during this, we usually do our hand exercises where we squeeze both our hands into a fist and then spread out our fingertips and then do it again. Repeat. You're also doing a Kegel during this, which is if you were peeing and you stop midstream, it's that muscle. Some people like to think of it as a zipper, pulling up a zipper of tight pants. That's another one you can kind of think of. If you need to during this, you can do these on your knees and eventually bring up maybe for a second. You can do that. So do what you need to do for your body. Doing our plank. Okay, intentionally getting off the floor, using both sides of your body. And now we're going to do squats. So feet shoulder width apart, coming down to a squat, and then back up. Flex your behind when you come up, and then go back down. If you have any knee pain, don't do this. You can come down to right before you feel knee pain, or another option is putting something between your knees. This is a medicine ball. You can put a medicine ball or towels or stuffed animal, whatever, between your knees, and then come down and come back up. And you're really pressing against the ball or whatever is there to keep your knees aligned. That is one way you can help get those knees stronger, the muscles around the knees, and also keep those knees aligned. All right, next exercise is snow angels. So feet shoulder width apart, coming up, pressing those palms together, flex that behind, go up on your toes, and then big range of motion down. Really spread out those fingers. Press those palms together, flex that behind, go up on your toes. And the thing is, as we age, like kids, you see their arms going all over the place. But as we get older, we stay in this little tiny area of our body. So let's like really take up some space. Press those palms together, flex that behind, up on your toes, and back down. So really get that full range of motion. Press those palms together, flex your behind, go up on your toes. Press those palms together, flex your behind, go up on your toes. Lots of things to do there. Okay, next is a one leg heel touch. So we'll be back on the floor, and you're going to have your back on the floor, and you're going to have your back on the floor, bringing up your legs 90 degrees. And then you're going to bring down one heel, starting at your right, touching the heel, bringing it back up, then left, and then keep switching. And during this, you are keeping your back flat on the floor. just like if you were on all fours and doing the cat stance where you're arching your back, but you're doing the opposite. You're arching your back into the floor. So you're not holding your breath, but you have your abs engaged the entire time. So touch the heel, bring it back up. Touch your other heel, bring it back up. And keep that going. Pressing that back against the floor. Abs are engaged the whole time. Okay, let's come up. And the next one we call jewel heist. So we pretend there's a laser beam here, and we're going to get some jewels. And we go up and over that laser beam, switch our weight over, and then bring that other leg over. Up and over, switch your weight over, up and over. And some people have problems bringing that second leg over. So make sure you have your body secure on the other side. So up and over, switch that weight to that side, and then bring that other leg over. And again, these help those muscles that we don't use very often. So you will be ready to go over logs if you're hiking, over streams, get onto bar stools or bicycles, whatever you need to do. You will be ready. Up and over, switch your weight, up and over. And again, this is that range of motion we don't usually do. Okay, we're back to push-ups. So against the wall or on the floor. This is our second round of 10. So you know the routine now. So doing your push-ups, either the standard push-ups, or you can do those on your knees. And then stretch when you need to stretch again. Child pose, upward facing dog, and then go again. Because every push-up you're doing, even if it's one, you are getting stronger every time. So just know that. When you start getting tired again, do child pose, upward facing dog, and then go again. You got this. You can switch it up and get up and do them against the wall if you'd like, if you aren't already. Okay, next, crunches. This time we're going to do crunches with our legs flat. So legs are flat. We're going straight up toward the ceiling. And when you're doing, we always think of exertion, exhale. So as you're going up, you can even make loud sounds if you want. Shoulders going straight up toward the ceiling. You can even feel those abs if you want. Feel them engaged, getting stronger with every crunch. Rest when you need to rest, and go again. It's not about how painful we can be in one session, so give yourself some time to work up to doing the whole time doing the exercise. We think like, oh, a minute is so short, but actually when we're doing this, it feels pretty long. Okay, let's do clamshells this time. So legs are bent 45 degrees. Your sides of your feet are the hinge. So you're going to open that up and then slowly down. You don't want to just plop down. You want to make sure you're intentional and try not to move any other part of your body. So try not to rock. You're just moving that top leg. Getting those adductors, abductors, glute muscles really strong. It seems like such a simple exercise, but if you've ever had physical therapy for your legs, anything, even backs, I've heard, the physical therapist has you do clamshells because, like I said, the lateral movement we don't do in daily life very much. So those muscles get weak. But now ours are going to be strong. So other side. Again, those legs 45 degrees, and the sides of your feet are the hinge. Again, try not to rock. You're just moving that top leg up slowly, then down slowly. Just noticing, are you rocking or are you just moving that leg? These are the exercises that are going to save us in the end, keeping us stable on the ground. Getting stronger and stronger with each one. All right, intentionally getting off the floor. Let's do our dips. And find your chair or your countertop, your bench, whatever you are using. Feet shoulder width apart, head up, and coming down with the arms 90 degrees and then back up. So keeping that head up, getting those arms stronger with each one. And again, even if you can come down a little bit, that's good too. And with all of these exercises, you do not want to feel any pain. You can feel discomfort of doing a new workout or a workout in general, but no pain. We don't want any pain. Do a different exercise, one that we're doing here that doesn't cause pain, or one that you've been told to do. Keep you healthy. Again, pretend there's a string on top of your head pulling you up. Okay, we're back to our plank. So intentionally getting on the floor, using both sides of our body, and doing your plank. Again, doing your Kegels and your hand exercises. So hand exercises are making a tight fist and spreading those fingertips out. We want range of motion all over our body for our whole life as much as possible. And this is how we do it. Consistent, continuing, using the muscles. Keep that going. Make sure you're breathing and never holding your breath. Again, you can have your knees down also, like this. Keeping that going. And then if you need to get up and walk around in between, that's fine too. It's hard to do a plank for a minute when you first start. If you haven't been doing them, you might just be able to do it for a second or two, and that's okay. Okay, squats. So feet shoulder width apart. Coming those knees over your toes. Flex your behind when you come up, and then go down again. Again, there should not be any pain. Don't do these if you feel pain. Flex that behind when you come up. Coming down. Flex your behind when you come up. Getting stronger with each one. This is another area as people age, they lose their quad strength. You know, I've been a runner all my life, and I've noticed that I'm losing some quad strength there. So doing these exercises is really helping get that strength back. Running's just not doing it all anymore. Okay, let's do our snow angels. So again, feet shoulder width apart, big range of motion. Press those palms together, flex that behind, go up on your toes, and then back down. Big range of motion, even spreading your fingertips out. Press those palms together, flex that behind, go up on your toes. Sort of like you're diving into the water. Big range of motion, press those palms together, flex that behind, go up on your toes. Big range of motion back. Make sure you're taking deep breaths as you're doing this too. Getting stronger with each one. This really can help your back muscles because you're getting that full range. And you're also pressing those palms together. You're getting some calf muscles, getting some glute muscle strength by flexing your behind, going up on your toes, all those things. Okay, now we'll do our one leg heel touch. So back on the floor. You having your back flat on the floor, starting with your left leg this time. You're pressing your back flat, should be flat the whole time, touching your heel, bring it back up. Then your right leg, touch the heel, bring it back up. Your leg should be 90 degrees. You might want to look at that. I know I have to look at the camera to see if I have it 90 degrees. So I tend to bring it toward my body a little more. So maybe have someone watch you or look in the mirror or turn on your camera. Whatever you need to do to get it right. Touching that heel, bringing it back up. Pressing that back against the floor. Your back should be flat the whole time. Abs are engaged the whole time. And you're breathing the whole time. Okay, well, let's do our jewel heist, starting with our left side. So pretend there's a laser beam there. You're going to go up and over the laser beam, switch your weight over to that side, then up and over with the other leg. Up and over, switch your weight to that side, up and over. Up and over, switch your weight to that side, up and over. This gives us the range of motion, that flexibility, all good things. This one's my favorite. And if you think you're doing a jewel heist, you might be. You might be ready. All right, up and over, switch your weight, up and over. Nowadays, there's too many cameras, so you might not get away with it. Up and over, switch your weight, up and over. Okay, all right, we did it. So now we will do our stretches again. Back to 1 minute. And again, we'll start with our hamstring. So that is one leg up, foot on the floor, pigeon-toed, toe in, heel out. That with your balance, and that also, if you notice, the more you make your foot on the floor, pigeon-toed, the more you feel a pull in your hamstring if you're keeping your back straight and your head up. And it's also very hard to stand up like that on one leg without holding on to something. So again, practicing that balance as much as you can during this half hour. Because you may notice that one side was wobblier with some of these exercises than the other side. That's because we tend to, one side is stronger and we tend to rely on that side a little more. And this class is to try to balance that out so you have less risk of injury. Okay, other side. One leg up and falling. So other side, foot on the floor, pigeon-toed. So the more, I always say, we are perfect, we're just not symmetrical. So we're trying to be symmetrical as possible to, again, reduce injury, reduce the risk of falling, and your body might just feel better when it's not just relying on one side. Even it out a little bit. Okay, move that ankle around that's up there. And again, noticing, paying attention to our body during this half hour too. Okay, now calf stretch. So gently lunging into the wall. Both feet flat on the floor. You can bend that back knee a little, but still keep your feet flat on the floor. And again, you can move those shoulders around, take some deep breaths, being proud of yourself for doing this exercises. Every little bit helps, and also the consistency is what really helps. Little bit at a time, a few times a week, you can get really strong. Okay, other side. One leg back, gently lunging into the wall. You can bend that back knee a little bit. Just noticing it. Feel where you feel it. Again, taking some deep breaths. All right. Okay, quad stretch. Again, you can do this on the chair or one leg up, knee into your other knee, hips forward and as aligned as possible. And again, you may have to hold. I've been doing this for 2.5 years now, consistently, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I don't have to, well, now I'm going to fall over, but I don't usually have to hold on to anything. But when you are beginning or a few months in, you might still need to hold on to things, and that is okay. Every time you do this, practicing on one leg, it's going to get you stronger and more balanced. So be patient with yourself. You're doing this right now. All right, other side. One leg up, knee into your other knee, hips forward. Again, as aligned as possible. You don't be going to the side. You can also put it up on a chair like I showed you. Even that ankle round that's up in your hand or up on the chair. And then IT band stretch. This one again. So arms length away from the wall, outer leg over, both knees slightly bent, hips forward, hip into the wall. Again, notice as you feel in your hip, your IT band, your back, your behind, just noticing where you feel that. Notice what your body's doing. Great. Okay, other side, remember, I'm pretending there's a wall here. Other side, arms length away from the wall, outer leg over, both knees slightly bent, hips forward, hip into the wall, and your weight should be on the foot that's furthest from the wall. Just noticing. Again, noticing where you feel it in your body. Okay, great job. And the last thing we do is breathing. So we're going to breathe for 1 minute. So you can sit up, you can lie down, you can close your eyes if you choose, and you put your hands on your belly. And when you breathe in, make your belly go way out. And when you breathe out, make your belly go way in. And relax your glabella, which is right between your eyes. And let's just relax for 1 minute. All right, great job. Thank you for being here and have a great rest of your day. Take care.